Amyas Northcote was a British writer. Born in 1864 in Devon, the seventh son of Stafford Northcote, 1st Earl of Iddesleigh, Chancellor of the Exchequer between 1874 and 1880, and Cecilia Frances Ferrer. He was the younger brother of Henry Northcote, 1st Baron Northcote, Governor of Bombay and Governor-General of Australia. Northcote attended Eton and Oxford, attending at the same time as M.R. James. In 1890 he married Helen Dudley May in Kentucky, the pair having 2 children. He was a business manager of an investment syndicate in Chicago, and also served as Justice of the Peace in Buckinghamshire. He died in 1923. In 1921 he published his only work, In Ghostly Company. The collection is sadly often short of any real terror, Northcote not seeming to have much of an imagination for the grotesque and bizarre. The best story is probably Mr. Oliver Carmichael, of a man whose personality is being dragged down to wickedness by the baleful nighttime influence of a somewhat ugly shop girl, who wishes to avenge herself against him, her twin soul. The atmosphere of despair is well done, but the happy ending does mar it somewhat. The Steps is also worthy of attention, being the short account of a young woman who hears the footsteps of a rejected suitor, recently killed in a war in France, always hearing him come closer and closer, and knowing that sooner or later he must reach her. Brickett Bottom is a well-done story of a girl visiting an old colonel and his wife in their house in the valley which she never noticed before, and then disappearing never to be heard from again, there not having been a house on that spot for many decades. In the Woods has a young girl venture into the woods, and twice becomes aware of the baleful nature of the forest, as it seems ready to take her, before recovering her senses in the nick of time. In the Downs, a young man is wandering through the Downs on the night when all those who died a violent death there are up and wandering about. The late Mrs Fowkes has a clergyman marry a mysterious woman from Hungary, and discover that she is taking part in hooded ceremonies for the honour of, and in the direct presence of, Satan, before her untimely and gruesome end. The picture is the story of a Hungarian family, whose members were all pursued by supernatural vengeance by the soul of a dead count, entombed alive in the walls of his castle. The odd thing is that Northcote seems to have been rather ignorant of Hungary, as all the given names are Slavic, such as Ivan, the family concerned being the Pawlinski, and no genuine Hungarian names being used once. Mr Kershaw and Mr Wilcox has a neighbour want to ruin Mr Kershaw, but Wilcox relents when he dreams Kershaw comes in to strangle him, and Kershaw dreams the same. Among the lesser stories are The House in the Woods, where a paymaster's dead daughter warns his friend that the people they are staying with want to murder them to steal the money he is carrying. Mr Mortimer's Diary, of an archaeologist being killed by the spirit of the man whose discovery he stole by being made to strangle himself, and the late Earl of D, where a solicitor sees the former Earl murdered in the past in a reflection in a library window pane. The governess's story has a governess being disturbed at night by footsteps in the room above her, except there is no room above her, only empty air, as it had been taken down years ago. The Young Lady in Black is a somewhat too sentimental tale, of a young woman seeking out a man to draw her picture, and it turns out she is dead and is doing so to console her grieving father. These stories are sometimes entertaining, but much of Northcote's fiction is a bit too sentimental.